So that is a song from our next guest. He's already seated here with us, and he is LUNA LONZO, a Mexican artist, and he's in Ghana to promote his track. The one you just listened to is Canada to Ghana, from Canada to Ghana, and yeah, he's going to tell us all about it. But hola, ¿cómo estás? Wow,
that's nice.
Muy bien, ¿y usted?
I'll give that to you.
Como.
Habla español. I wasn't expecting that.
I thought when she said como esta, you would have said muy bien. But you
Muy bien. That means I'm very good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, that's the Spanish.
Anyways, welcome to Ghana once again.
Yeah, thank you. It's good to be here. Thanks for having me on your platform.
How long have you been in Ghana?
Well, this is my second time in Ghana.
Okay.
Yeah, but my first time was last year, 2022. I came for New Year. I was here for a month, and right this time I've been here for a month again.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's obvious you love Ghana.
Of course. My love for Ghana is deep rooted. Yeah.
I see. Do you have a girlfriend?
No, I'm single.
Okay.
Actually.
I don't know where this is coming from.
Wait.
You know are you asking
He's been in
somebody?
Ghana for a month. I need to know. Yes.
Also, you're asking in Ghana, not general.
In Ghana, of course. You know when they come,
Okay. Carry on.
you know,
Please ask your question.
She's asking the important questions.
Yes.
Right away.
Yes.
but let's introduce us to your sound. I mean, what we listen to, is it Afrobeat? Is it
Right. So this particular record, Canada to Ghana, is a dance hall record.
dancehall?
Yeah,
Okay.
but my background is in hip hop.
Okay.
Rap, right. So I came out to Ghana to express myself and collaborate with up and coming artists, as well as looking to level up into some more mainstream acts.
Okay.
Right. So I'm trying to push the boundaries to expand my sound and not just be categorized as a rapper or a hip hop artist, but much more than that.
But professionally, how long have you been doing music?
Well, I mean, I've been doing music since I was an adolescent, but I mean, taking it seriously and actually investing some real money behind it only for the last 2 years or so. Yeah.
And how has it been so far?
I mean, it's an uphill battle, you know. I feel like there's been a lot of resistance on the way up, and I feel like just recently I'm starting to feel, you know, the support that I've been seeking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm checking your YouTube, and you have songs from 8 years ago and also 6 years ago.
Right. So those were more, you know, leisurely put out there.
You're just having fun.
Yeah, having fun, nothing. But I mean, they're all professionally produced, and you know, you can check them out on your own time for sure.
But talking of supports, where are you getting the support? Is it in Mexican? Is it from Ghana or around the world? Where is exactly your support or fan base now?
Well, my fan base is in Canada primarily, but you know, I'm coming out here and tapping into the market. Of course, I need to curate my sound to have more appeal, right, to the Ghana audience, because I figured out early on, if I'm coming out here and just doing straight rap, hip hop, and that's it, it's gonna be limited. You know what I mean?
True.
Yeah.
So we are looking forward to seeing you do Afrobeat or High Life. Is it something that you are looking at doing?
Yeah, Afrobeat is definitely next up, you know, so just tapping in with the right producers and, you know, collaborating with the right artists to, you know, guide me more towards the sound, because it's not my background, but I'm a big fan of the genre.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've been in Ghana for over a month or a month. Have you made contact with any up-and-coming artists or producers or big or mainstream artists? Have you made contact with any of them, and which of them have you?
Well, as a matter of fact, my management is arranging things right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm looking to collaborate with some mainstream acts. You know, I didn't really want to reveal that yet, but I mean, if you're curious, we can drop a couple hints, or I could just, you know.
Give it.
Go all out.
So, well, first and foremost, I want to give a big shout out to my manager, Dan Larty, Remedy Entertainment. You know, that's been the man who's been supporting me and making sure that I'm pointed in the right direction when it comes to the industry here in Ghana.
Dan Latte.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dan Latte.
Yeah, I own Dan Latte.
Gospel
Yeah.
Dan Latte.
He's a big man. He's a big
That's
man.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, right. I'm a rapper, so I want to collaborate with a Ghana rapper,
Yes.
right? Before I expand to Afrobeat. So,
Okay.
yeah, someone I would love to work with is MDK Medical.
Okay.
Because that's somebody that even
Yeah.
inspired me to
Yeah.
come here,
Oh,
right?
really?
So you knew him before you even came to
That's
Ghana,
good.
right?
I knew his music, and I'd been following his career before I even set foot in Ghana.
That's nice.
Yeah.
What's it about
Good to
him?
What? I was just.
What's it about medical for you?
Well, all right, so I guess what initially inspired me to come out here and film videos and tap in with directors, well, one day I was on YouTube just browsing, and I saw this video that came up, MDK Accra.
Okay.
Not sure if you're familiar. So I saw it, I said, these visuals are dope. You know, it's something that I want to be part of, right? So I looked at the director credits to see who was responsible for, you know, filming and producing the video. And it was a gentleman by the name of KT,
Okay.
Hawkeye Cinema.
Right.
So I got my people to reach out to him. Unfortunately, we weren't successful in doing so that time, but I didn't let it discourage me. I said, you know what, let me get on the plane and be over there in person and see what, you know, what we can make happen. And yeah, when I landed here, I didn't know anybody. Just kind of networking and talking to the right people, I slowly started progressing. Yeah.
That's good to hear.
Let me
But-
ask you.
right.
Let me
Yeah.
ask you. How is the music in Mexico? How's the music scene there? I'm building
Right.
to a particular question, but then I want to understand the music industry.
It's very different. I mean, the sound
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
completely different
Yes.
genre, and it depends like what artist you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you're familiar with. It's called corridos, narco corridos. It's like very acoustic music.
Yeah.
a lot-
Yes.
One of my favorite is Abusa Diamante. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know whether if I'm correct with the pronunciation.
Okay.
It sounds a bit
Yeah.
familiar. the way
Yeah.
you-
What kind of music is it?
I'm particular with the the Latin market.
The Latin.
Yeah.
We say that we could put the whole Mexican, Spanish, the Portuguese sounds and everything.
Right.
There are sounds that are in our part of the world, it's new, but then it's taken all over the world. I'm asking this in collaboration with how the African sound in recent times is taken over the world. Looking at how the Latino sounds took over the world, and now Africa is represented with a new genre. Do you think we are capable of matching up on the global stage?
Of course, I already see it happening.
Okay.
So we go back 10 years ago, you know, Latin music like reggaeton wasn't global yet.
Okay.
And now, you know, it seems like everybody's tapped into it.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with like Afro pop and Afro beat. I mean, obviously the sound has been curated here in the continent for, you know, a long time,
Yeah.
but just I would say in the last 5 years, you know, since probably 2018, it's really broken out
Yeah.
into the global market, and you hear it everywhere. Yeah.
Looking at what they did to make sure that the sound was there, as in the Latin sound, or the Mexican sound, looking at the process they took to make sure that the world had it. If you look at us, are we doing the same thing to make sure, are we matching up to what they did to make sure that we also get our foot in the game? Is it the same? Or maybe you are doing something different? And if you are doing something different, what would you advise us to do to make sure that we sustain the sound that we are producing now from Africa?
No, I think, you know, the Afro sound is definitely on the right trajectory to take over the, you know, the global market, because there's a lot of people still that haven't been, you know, introduced to Afro pop, Afro beat worldwide. And there's a lot of potential for growth, right? And I mean, just look at the numbers. Who are the highest streaming artists, right? Globally.
Yeah.
Number one would be Bad Bunny from
Yeah.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
Yeah.
you're familiar
Yeah.
with
Oh,
this
we know
music.
Bad Bunny, we know
Right.
J Balvin,
Yeah.
Right.
we know
See,
Maluma. Hey.
I'm shocked to hear that. Like, if
Even
I,
Louis Fonsi, he has the
Exactly.
most
Yeah.
streamed song.
I have
right
like a
now.
Latin
Yeah.
playlist.
there you go. So if I would have came to Africa, let's say 5 or 6 years ago, these names, you know, would not have even been mentioned. But now that you're, you know, mentioning them, it's
Yeah.
like, wow, you know,
Okay.
really did the right thing. And it's the same thing, you know, the other day, or actually a few months ago when I was in Mexico, I heard I heard Burna Boy, playing on the radio, and I thought, wow, a Nigerian artist on Mexican radio. I never thought I'd see the day, but it's super dope to see that. You know?
That's probably one of the reasons why you're here in Ghana too, also, because you can see that, we are getting there and you want to be a part of it. Is that why you're here?
Yeah.
Okay, so before you answer that, I want us to go for a quick commercial break.
Sure.
When we return, we'll continue with Helen's questions and other questions that we have for our guests here. Still entertainment, if you don't go anywhere, we're back with more.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. Our guest is still here, Luna Lonzo. And before we went on a break, Helen was asking a question. So Helen, take it away.
Right. Thank you very much. Basically, I mean, I was asking, you actually hopped on this market because you can see a future of Ghana or Africa taking over music around the world. Is that why you are here to promote your brand and your music?
Well, yes, I'm here to build my brand, but first and foremost, I'm just a fan of the sound of the music. Long before I started creating and crafting my own sound, I was a listener first, and because I'm inspired by it, I love the vibe, and I want to be, part of that movement, part of the energy.
Okay, but you also mentioned that your strongest fan base is in Canada, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, how is the Canada music sector like? How is it? Is it booming? Is it average?
There's a big difference between mainstream music here and mainstream music in Canada, US, mainly being that everything is very corporatized in America and in Canada, right? So unless you're part of a major record label, you don't stand a chance of having your songs get airplay on the radio and on TV, right? Because everything is controlled by corporations, and it's like there's a lot of bureaucracy there. So unless you're a signed act to a major label,
you don't get that.
No, you're not gonna get that opportunity. Where the difference that I see here in Ghana is there's a lot of privately owned media and not a lot of private investors, pushing conventional media here. So it's possible to get airplay, right? Well, when I saw that opportunity, I thought, all right, well, this is it. Let's make it happen.
Okay. So are you at any record label in Canada?
Well, I'm starting up my own label, right? And that's Up North Productions. So yeah, that's the camp, that's the team, and that's what we're building our foundation on.
You must have a lot of money then.
No. Let's clear up some misconceptions here. I'm still on the come up, right? I know sometimes when people see me outside here, they see the way I look, this fair-skinned guy. He must have a lot of money. Hey, but let me tell you, I'll be honest. I'll keep it real. I'm not a rich man. Not yet.
No, I think the question is based on the fact that you want to start your
own
own label.
Yeah.
Because if you start your own label, it means that you're taking control of everything. You have to pay for your studio, pay for video, everything by yourself, and you need a lot of money to do that. That's why she made that comment.
For sure, I understand. So yeah, I'm a proponent of exercising ownership, right? Owning the rights to your music, owning your publishing, right? You don't want to sign it all away to a label and let them be in control, right? Because you want your future in your own hands as a way to sign it away to somebody else, right?
Okay, but just to get this clear again, you're saying that in Canada, just like in Ghana, as a young artist, you can actually make your song be played on media. If you're a young artist without a label, you can't play your song on radio, does it? Is that it?
In Canada? No, that's right. That's accurate. Yeah.
Then we are enjoying
so we saw that video as we played before. So what was the link up like? Because it's a different sound from what you know.
Right.
And so how was it getting into that sound and making sure that you deliver as the rapper that you know? Was it challenging?
Right. Well, I mean, this whole journey has been a challenge for sure. So the story behind this single, Canada to Ghana, goes back to the previous year, right? I got here, I didn't know anybody, but the way I was transporting myself was through Bolt, right? And my Bolt driver happened to mention that, he does some music, and I said, okay, that's interesting. Well, I'm looking for a director out here, because I'd like to film some visuals. And he told me, I know somebody. I can link you up. And I was skeptical at first, right? But sure enough, a couple days later, he phoned me. He said, I have a few directors that want to meet with you. Wow. I said, all right, well, I mean, I got nothing to lose, so sure, let's go. And sure enough, he ended up introducing me to my current director, Eddie K. Mensah.
Okay.
Yeah. And this gentleman who introduced me to him eventually became my road manager. His name is Sonny Boy.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, he's in the studio here with me.
Okay.
Right. And through him, I met the artist that I collaborated on this single, Sniper. And actually, Sonny Boy himself is also featured on this song.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he was playing me some MP3s off his phone, and I heard a very raw recording. The beat wasn't finished. It was recorded on the phone, and I heard the potential. I said, wow, this is the song I want to be on. So let's get in the studio, let's get it produced properly, mixed and mastered, and let's make it happen. And you see the final product now.
Yeah, so far you have No Talking, and then Canada to Ghana. Are you releasing any song anytime soon? Apart from these two?
I already have the next one queued up.
Okay.
Right? So it's called Slide. That's going to be the next single dropping, and
Is it featuring
it's going to be
anyone?
about 2 months. No, it's just myself.
Okay.
So I was just in Jamaica about 2 or 3 months ago filming the video for that one. And I'm very excited. I previewed it on the radio this morning, and I saw the reaction from the DJs. So it's looking good.
Oh.
Yeah.
But apart from Medical, which other artists are you hoping to work with? Because when we talk about the rappers, there's Medical.
Ghana is the land of rappers.
Yeah.
Ghana is the land of rappers
Right.
in
Yes.
Africa, for
is
sure.
like
We have the biggest rapper
Yes.
in Ghana, that's Sarkodie. And apart from Sarkodie, there are other artists, Manifest, Kwesiata, Lyrical Joe, all these artists. Have
Amarado,
you, Amarado, have you linked up with them? Have you had conversation? Have you got someone to connect you?
I haven't linked up with any one of them yet.
Okay.
Of course, you can't talk about Ghana rap without mentioning Sarkodie. But like you heard this record, right? It's dancehall. I'm a huge fan of dancehall. So
Shatawale.
there you go. That's a dream of mine, man. Hey, gotta dream big. Possibly one day, it could happen. But
It can happen.
It can happen.
I love Shatawale's music,
open-minded,
man.
so
I really, really do.
And,
for sure.
and just the record with Shatawale is
Wow.
It's like
blow you.
going across the 16 regions.
Yeah.
Like other artists, you can get that, but Shatawale
Shatta
brings
alone.
that spice, that energy that you need.
That would be a dream come true for me. And I've been asked this question, and I've always brought up his name, Shatawale, and I feel like with the other presenters, they don't really follow up when I mention his name, but I like the reaction you guys have.
You have
like,
to.
no, man, we got to
He's a tower.
He's a champion. Like
He's the king of dancehall.
Every artist, like I said, every artist.
Undisputed.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean-
every artist will get you across the 16
Yeah.
region, but Shatawale has something extra he brings.
I see that.
If he's on your record, it will be something else. Especially for someone who is new to this market, it will be a great, a huge add-up to your career. So
that's right.
if anybody's watching,
Sami Netflix, Roland Amate,
please link up. Link up for him. Yeah.
Hey, that would be a blessing, for real.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much for joining us on the Table of Life. Yes, this table is the Table of Life. So
Okay, I felt it too.
We hope to have you again when you release your new one. And how long are you gonna stay in Ghana, or you have to go back soon?
You know what? I have to move on next week already because, of course, I'm tapping into the market here, but I want to make sure my music is heard in other countries as well. But I will be back sooner than you expect.
Because December is approaching, and December
And
in
you need to be in
Ghana.
That's the
Ghana.
time.
Yes. Have you ever been here in December?
I was here like December 31st going into January the previous
when
year.
we're about to wrap up. No, start with us. Start in November.
No, I have
Then
to.
go for all the events. So
Luna, give us your social media handles and then your words to your fan, and then we're done.
Yeah, for sure. So across all streaming platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, Audiomack, Deezer, Boomplay, it's Luna Lonzo. That's LUNALONZO. And all my social media handles are the same. The Facebook is Up North Productions.
Okay.
Again, that's the label, that's the camp. And I just want to thank everybody, man, for all the amazing love and support that I've been receiving out here. It's been incredible. So thank you guys for having me on your platform.
All right. Gracias.
De nada.
Harriet.